The wind is here, the fires are running, and today is the most dangerous fire weather day the Pacific Northwest has seen in 25 years. 50-mile-per-hour gusts are hitting eastern Washington right now, and 87 large fires are burning across the country. 3 new fires exploded overnight: Big Rock in Idaho, Grade Fire in San Diego, Ward Fire in Nevada. Okanagan County declared a state of emergency last night specifically because of what is happening today. The wind event they feared has arrived, and this is what a worst-case fire weather setup looks like in real time. So let's get right into it. August 1st, 2026, and here's everything you need to know right now. NIFC this morning confirms 87 large fires uncontained, 7 new large incidents in the last 24 hours. Total active acreage burning across the country right now stands at 2,858,995 acres. That is an area larger than the entire state of Connecticut actively on fire at this moment. Year to date, 4,404 fires have burned 4.8 million acres nationally, 133% of the 10-year average. Only 3 of those 87 fires were contained in the last 24 hours, 3 out of 87. Oregon is the epicenter of this national crisis, with 30 large fires actively burning in a single state. That is more than 1/3 of every large fire burning in the entire country, all in one state. Washington has 11 large fires uncontained. Idaho has 6, Colorado 6, Minnesota 6, Nevada 5. 3 new fires ignited yesterday, and we need to cover all 3 before we get to the main event. Starting in San Diego County, California, where the Grade Fire ignited yesterday at 2:30 in the afternoon. The Grade Fire is burning on East Grade Road near Lake Henshaw and Highway 76 in the Cleveland National Forest. By last night, it had reached 170 acres with 0% containment and 1 structure directly threatened. Over 300 firefighters are on scene with 4 air tankers and 2 helicopters in unified command with Cal Fire San Diego. East Grade Road is fully closed and evacuation orders are in effect for portions of the Palomar Mountain area. Moving to central Nevada, the Ward Fire erupted yesterday morning on Ward Mountain, 9 miles south of Ely. The Ward Fire is at approximately 1,000 acres, burning in sagebrush, pinyon juniper, and mixed conifer. Here's the problem: the terrain is so steep and rugged that ground crews cannot safely access the fire at all. Aircraft are the only option right now, building retardant lines from the air to slow the fire spread. No structures are currently threatened, but stay away from all UTV trails and recreation areas near Ward Mountain. Now, the one that concerns me most this morning, the Big Rock Fire in Heisey, Idaho. The Big Rock Fire ignited at approximately 5:30 p.m. yesterday near Heisey in Jefferson, Madison, and Bonneville counties. By 8 p.m. last night, it had burned more than 200 acres in juniper, sagebrush, and dry grass, 0 containment. Fire behavior has been described as dangerous with sudden changes in direction and intensity throughout the night. By 10:30 p.m., evacuation orders expanded to South Snake River Road North toward the 10,000 South address range. Evacuation orders currently cover all households and businesses from Heisey Bridge to Kelly Canyon Ski Resort. If you are north of the Snake River between Heisey Hot Springs and Kelly Canyon Junction, you need to be out now. A Red Cross evacuation shelter is active at the LDS Church at 14861 North 130 East in Rary, Idaho. The South Fork Canyon is closed to all boating from Conant to Byington, and Fulmer and Wolf Flats are fully closed. More than a dozen agencies are responding, including BLM, USFS, and Central Fire from 3 counties. This fire has 0 containment and is entering today's 50-mile-per-hour wind event completely exposed that matters. Into Oregon, where 30 large fires are all being tested simultaneously by today's wind event. The Rowe Creek Complex West Zone near Prineville is at approximately 304,000 acres and 46% contained. Overnight crews completed lines along the AY Road, but those lines face their biggest test yet today. Command transfers to Southwest Area Incident Management Team 2. Today, follow updates at facebook.com. Rowe Creek Complex. 2 RV parks near Ochoco Reservoir on Highway 26 remain under Level 3 evacuation orders. Leave now if you are still there. The Bench Fire is 4 miles south of Warm Springs at 65, 130 acres and 32% contained this morning. In IFC reports Crown behavior and long-range spotting with the Confederated Tribes of Warm Springs emergency declaration still active. The Grasshopper Fire in Mount Hood National Forest sits at 21,576 acres with 0% containment this morning. 0% on a 21,000-acre fire means crews are still in full offensive mode with no established perimeter. The Hagen Fire near Pendleton is at 33,500 acres with just 3% containment, and energy infrastructure remains threatened. The Big Grass Fire along the Oregon-Idaho border is at 303,000 acres with 21% containment evacuation still in effect. The Foxfire near Huntington is at 375 acres with 58% containment, the best number in the Oregon Fire Complex today. If you're driving the Interstate 84 between Baker City and Ontario this weekend, check road conditions before every trip. Washington State now 11 large fires uncontained, and today's westerly winds are pushing every one of them eastward. The Sinlahekin Fire in Okanogan County is ground zero for today's wind event. This is the one to watch most closely. Okanogan County declared a state of emergency at 4 p.m. last night because of the Sinlahekin Fire's eastward push potential. Communities at elevated risk today include Ellisforde, Tonasket, North and South Pine Creek, Limebelt, and Palmer Mountain. If you are in any of those communities and have not prepared to move, that needs to happen right now. The Kaiser Canyon Fire is the state's largest at 678 acres with 29% containment, a Tier 1 priority fire. A second incident management team from Alaska is now on scene, which tells you how stretched national resources truly are. NIFC reports active uphill runs and short-range spotting on Kaiser Canyon. Today's west winds push that behavior east. The Modrite Fire near Inchelium in Ferry County is at 22,000 acres. All homes were protected as of last night. But the Modrite Fire is directly in the path of today's wind event, and the next few hours are critical there. Across the border in British Columbia, the Pear Lake Fire went from 30 hectares to 90,000 hectares in just 14 days. That fire produced pyrocumulus clouds. That is when a fire gets so intense it builds its own weather system with erratic winds. The cold front that drove that British Columbia fire's growth is the exact same system delivering today's gusts to Washington. Now let's talk about the meteorological setup behind why today is uniquely dangerous across the inland Northwest. A powerful cold front dropped out of British Columbia overnight and pushed through the Cascades into eastern Washington. This is a dry, cold front, no rain, no moisture, just wind and rapidly falling humidity east of the mountain divide. The Cascade Mountains are acting as a wall today, blocking every drop of Pacific moisture from reaching eastern Washington. What arrives east of the Cascades gusts to 50 miles per hour, humidity below 10%, temperatures in the upper 80s. This is on top of soil that hasn't seen meaningful rain in weeks and vegetation that is completely cured and ready to burn. The National Weather Service issued a PDS Red Flag Warning for eastern Washington, particularly dangerous situation. That PDS designation is borrowed from tornado forecasting and signals a threat level far above a standard red flag warning. This is the first time the designation has ever been issued for the state of Washington, first time in history. NOAA's Storm Prediction Center officially rates today's conditions in eastern Washington as extremely critical fire weather. There is no lightning in today's Washington forecast. That means every new fire today is going to be human-caused. A spark from a trailer chain, a campfire, off-road equipment, any of those could start a catastrophic fire within minutes today. Those 675 firefighters already deployed cannot absorb many more new starts without something giving way today. The GFS and Euro models are in strong agreement on today's wind event. Both confirm 50-plus gusts through the afternoon. The question is not whether the wind arrives. It has already arrived. The question is how the fires respond. In a best-case scenario, pre-positioned crews hold key containment lines on Rowe Creek and Kaiser Canyon through today. In that best case, fires grow larger but stay manageable, evacuations succeed, and perimeters survive the wind event. In a moderate scenario, the Sinlahekin Fire makes an eastward run toward Tonasket or Ellisforde by this evening. In that moderate case, Level 1 and Level 2 zones across Okanogan County get upgraded to Level 3 emergency orders. In a worst-case scenario, and I am being straight with you, 50-mile-per-hour gusts with single-digit humidity is explosive. A wind-driven fire under those conditions moves faster than most people expect. Early evacuation is the only safe option. The Big Rock Fire in Idaho adds another wildcard zero containment, entering this wind event with nothing holding it back. Quickly to the rest of the country, Phoenix, Arizona is at 116 degrees Fahrenheit today with dangerously dry conditions. Life-threatening today. The southern Great Basin and Desert Southwest are seeing 105 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, with locally up to 125 degrees. Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio in Texas are all running heat index values above 108 degrees Fahrenheit today. The Four Corners region, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, is seeing beneficial monsoon thunderstorms this weekend. The Northeast is the quiet zone. New York, Boston, and Philadelphia are at near normal temperatures with no weather concerns. The tropics remain quiet. As of this morning, no storm systems to track in the Gulf or Caribbean right now. Here is what you need to do today if you are in the fire regions of Oregon, Washington, Idaho, or Montana, 1. Register for your county emergency alert system right now, especially Okanogan, Wasco, Harney, and Malheur counties. 2. Know your evacuation zone level. Level 1, be ready. Level 2, be set to leave immediately. Level 3 means go now. 3. Keep your gas tank full at all times because gas stations along evacuation routes can be overwhelmed within minutes. 4. Prepare a go bag with medications, important documents, water, and 72 hours of supplies by the door tonight. 5. If a level 3 order is issued for your area, leave immediately and do not wait for anyone to knock on your door. Create no new ignitions today, no campfires. Check your trailer chains. Keep off-road vehicles out of dry vegetation. A temporary flight restriction is active 24 hours a day over every fire area. If you fly a drone, you ground the air tankers. I will post a Sunday morning update once today's wind event ends and we can assess what actually happened on the ground. If the Sinlahekin Fire makes a significant eastward run today, there will be a same-day breaking update. Turn notifications on. For the 26,675 firefighters deployed nationwide today, facing 50-mile-per-hour gusts on the fire line right now. Thank you. If today's forecast was useful to you, like it, subscribe, and turn notifications on. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there and take care of each other.